Thanks, Sean. Well, I'm joined by one man that knows exactly what it takes to fight twice and win twice to make it to the championship. David Michaud, a welterweight finalist. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here. And you're PFL newcomer. You overcame adversity in your first fight, went on to win 3 straight to make it to the final. Now you've had a couple of weeks to digest that. How are you feeling about the opportunity to fight for $1 million?
Oh, this is why I signed with PFL, because I knew that I'm one of the best in the world. I'd be in the finals, and it all came to fruition.
Well, let's take a look at your handiwork this season, starting with the one that didn't go so well, your first fight against Sadabu C in the first fight of the regular season.
Yeah, coming in, you know, Sadabu offers a lot of problems that most people don't have. I thought I'd be able to close distance. As you can see, it didn't happen. I got caught with that kick coming in. He ended up getting the finish. Quickest I ever been finished, one of the fastest finishes of the season, but even after that, I still knew. I had 100% confidence that I'd be where I am right now.
Absolutely, and after suffering that loss, you then knew you were in a win-or-go-home situation, basically, and you were taking on a finisher in Madison Ferreira, you know, PFL season pro, if you like, and you got out there and got it done.
Yeah, going into that fight, I knew I needed a finish, not just a win, because I was the lowest of the low. I had the quickest getting finished, so going out, I knew I needed to push the pace and try to get on top of him, get a finish. You know, he had some success. He's a tough guy. I was able to land this right hand here, put him down, and once I get in that crucifix, it's all over. We'd still be there today if the ref didn't stop it, so.
I can well believe that, and yeah, that is one tough crucifix position to be held in, but you got that victory. You secured your place in the playoffs, and this was there when you had to come back and fight twice in one night. And your first test, if you like, in the quarterfinals, 2 rounds, was against a seasoned UFC professional in John Howard, and he'd come off a huge knockout win himself in Ray Cooper III, so again, you knew what you had to do.
Yeah, you know, John Howard knocks out guys who knock out everyone else, so he's a beast. I knew if we went in there and I sat in the pocket with him, they'd be kind of 50-50. I'm pretty good there, he's good there, so I wanted to do all of MMA. I wanted to mix it up, longer strikes, moving my feet, throw some bombs in there, but also, you know, get my wrestling in there. Once I had him on the ground, I controlled pretty well. I stayed safe. Couldn't land too many big shots, but I stayed active and dominated that first round. Second round was close. He got a couple takedowns, but I had a lot of success too, and ended up getting that victory. And that's what I needed to do.
You did indeed. So a fantastic victory it was, and absolutely reason to celebrate after that fight. And then you then had kind of an hour before you had to go out and fight again. Had you ever fought twice in one night before?
I had fought twice before, but never at this level. Never against 2 guys who are world class. I did it in amateur, and you know, but back then it's like it's fun and you don't care. This was for some good money. This was against guys who can take your head off. So it was different, but it was still a good time. I enjoyed myself.
And one guy that could take your head off was the #1 seed, Glyco França. And you said you had 2 of the toughest fighters in the playoffs, and you know, he was a tough match.
Oh, he's so good. But going in, I felt like I had better striking. First round, I think I won with, I landed a few more strikes, and I hurt him a couple times in that first round. Second round, obviously he won big. He got a takedown. Third round, he landed that illegal knee, and then landed a knee to the head and cut me. So I felt like after that I needed to get a finish. That's why I jumped on him right away with those guillotines, and then once I felt him tired, I just stayed in his face, throw some big strikes, try to put him down. He's the zombie for a reason. He didn't go down, but I got that win.
And you actually sent him into retirement with that performance as well, and sent yourself into the championship. But I was going to ask, does it take longer to recover from 2 fights in a night compared to just 1?
It's tough. 2 fights is hard. Like, it took a while, it took a couple weeks, but I feel good. I felt decent afterwards. I couldn't have fought another one. I mean, if I had to for $1 million, I would have done it, but I wasn't ready to fight another one. But now, a couple weeks later, I'm healed up, I'm ready to go.
Well, you'd be fighting under the bright lights at Madison Square Garden, but your MMA career didn't quite start that way. I love the story of how you started at the Sturgis rally, the dirt bike tracks, with your dad throwing you in to fight. Tell us about that. Yeah,
I was 15. My dad took me up to Sturgis. He's like, hey, you want to fight? And I was like, I guess. So he threw me in, fought some adult that was like 20 pounds heavier than me, but I was already a pretty good wrestler. Took him down, beat him up, got the win, and been busting dudes' heads ever since.
See where that toughness comes from. I know you're a proud Native American. You wear that flag over your shoulder after each fight. Tell us what it means to represent your tribe on this global scale.
Oh, I make sure that everywhere I go, I have my flag. I carry my tribe with me every time I fight, and whenever I'm out there, I want to show people that they're still warriors. They're still warriors where I come from.
And we know you'll be a warrior in there on New Year's Eve. You take on another warrior in Ray Cooper III, finalist last year. And we know you're both brawlers. You land those heavy bombs, but how'd you get it done against Ray?
I'm kind of thinking same like when I fought John Howard. You know, Ray Cooper's similar size. They both throw big strikes. I think Ray's got better wrestling, but if I sit in the pocket with Ray, it's 50-50. You know, he's super good at knocking people out there. I'm super good at knocking people out there. But if I do all of MMA, I think I'm better at a lot of other places. So, got to mix it up. But sometimes you just get cracked, you bite your mouthpiece, and you say, let's go. So we'll see what happens.
We're looking forward to that one. But I got to mention as well, you don't fly. So you're going to be driving from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to New York City for New Year's Eve. When do you sort of leave? You know, how long do you leave for that journey?
I'll probably leave about 2 weeks earlier, planning on going out, staying at my good friend Scott Holtzman's place, training with him in Tennessee for a little bit, stay there for a week, and then last week I'll drive up to New York and get up there and just be ready to go.
Over 2,300 miles, it's absolutely crazy. Let's hope there's no snowstorms.
Yeah, hopefully no snowstorms, but I'll find a way.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck for your preparation. Enjoy tonight's fights. Thank you, David. And be sure to tune in on New Year's Eve, ESPN2. The action gets started at 7 p.m. Eastern, where 6 men and women will be crowned millionaires. That is New Year's Eve in New York City. Back to you, Sean.